esoteric doctrines and get. Now how the hell he gonna say the white man the devil? Which they got the same shit out of there coming from the people from India told them this, and Tibet. They got scripts of Tibet on how the white man was created. So Rudolf Steiner translates some of these scripts from Tibet and India and put in his book Atlantis and Lemuria on the white man being the devil and created. And then his best friend he hung out with, his contemporary of that day, which was H.G. Wells, wrote The Island of Dr. Moreau based on the Yakub story. Which you got to go back and study The Island of Dr. Moreau. Because his last product was a little white girl, which was a step down from that little monkey boy. You get the thing, how many people saw the movie. And they always get their best actor to play that. Marlon Brando. So now, based on this particular information that came out of the libraries that they had accumulated all this particular information from the last 130 years, they knew, or they thought for some reason, that Malcolm X was the Christ figure. If Honorable Elijah Muhammad could talk about, know this particular information, this man come out, ain't scared of no crackers, just talking shit. They knew that the farm boy, they can manipulate him at the time. I'm talking about, you know, the whole civil rights movement. So they thought that Malcolm X was the Christ. Even in their book, The Judas Factor, they said that they worked night and day to destroy the Nation of Islam because of Malcolm. They were scared of Malcolm X. And even to the point that they realized that Malcolm X never did say anything about he changed his mind based on Islam. He just made one observation that maybe if the cracker converted to Islam, he might be able to behave himself enough that we might have equality. He never said nothing about I've seen people, you know, this old bullshit that Spike Lee put out. But anyway, nevertheless, they worked around the clock because based on their analysis, they got people that listen, they came on TV about a year ago and they said, we got a problem, we got a budget here before Congress that we're trying to cut, but they never did cut it. We just want to know how is it that the government can spend $1 billion a year just on research, or what they call historical or heritage research. That goes up under this whole shit about they got to know everything. So therefore, by them studying around the clock, they figured that Malcolm, to put just a long story short, they figured that Malcolm was the Messiah. So when they took Malcolm out, you see, they already knew in the script that, well, hell, if there's any boys, well, they figured, well, he didn't have any boys, he had daughters, so they figured, well, maybe that Malcolm is the only Messiah, and if we take him out, then maybe we have it. But he had girls, so they didn't worry about that. But what happened was this. You got to understand that the grandson was born 20 years after Malcolm died. Malcolm died in 1965. The boy was born in 1985. Now, if you know anything about cycles and you calculate like the doggone government does,
20-year cycle.
In 20-year cycles, they say, wait a fucking minute here. This boy is what, 15? So by the year 2000, what would he be? 20. Now that's a right old age to get some shit started. You see? So they said, hey, wait a minute. We got to kill the boy. So the first thing they did was, they got the daughter. Cloned her. Y'all better deal with this shit in reality. Ain't no shit about they can come and know. They straight up come and get your ass, get your blood, and get a new one in the house as quick as possible. And then implant it, and they can manipulate it to do what the hell they want. So they got the daughter, she hanging around with the white boy and the whole shit with that. So they say, well, we're going to get the daughter. If we get the daughter, put her in jail with the whole Farrakhan thing, you know. If we can do that, then maybe we have it. But Farrakhan and the rest of all the crew jumped in and said, oh, we know this is a conspiracy. And the black people energy iced that program. But on the other hand, they said, wait a minute, Betty. We done had your ass in the pocket. We had you saying the last damn 10, 15 years that Farrakhan was in on it. Now all of a damn sudden, we got this motherfucker gone, dead to rights. We can hook up your door and get our ass out. You gonna come up here and run your damn mouth? And gonna say, hey, now you backtrack and say, no, he ain't did the shit. Or, hey, no, I ain't none of that kind of stuff. My daughter in trouble. So I said, okay, then, we see how the game is on your ass. Okay, we gonna get all y'all motherfuckers. You see what I'm saying? So, we don't know whether the son did it all, because like I say, Betty even said that she saw somebody else in the room. There's a whole lot of discrepancy, because you can't believe nothing on the news. But the point of the matter is this.
That's right.
In some kind of way, she turned her back on them. And I don't get that. I just don't have no problem. I have a problem. I go into the shrine. I go into the Soul Vegetarian, which is owned by the Black Hebrew Israelites, the one Ben Armin and the brothers is over there in Israel. And I go in the Soul Vegetarian, and she's sitting up in the Soul Vegetarian in the middle of the black community, and a whole bunch of white motherfuckers around her. I fuck that shit. It's the wrong energy. I don't give a goddamn. Damn that shit. You ain't never got that bad. You can bring all these practices up in the black community and shit. And you think it's cool. No, fuck that. You see. But that's another damn lecture. My point is, some stuff went down. It was all to get the son, because the son might have fulfilled the prophecy. You see what I'm saying? And they were thinking that, hey, we're looking for the Christ all over the planet. Maybe the son of Malcolm that we slaved might be the one, because the scripture always talks about the Messiah rising up and avenging his slave or his slain father. In this case, the grandchild is the same thing, because in the hero book, it talks about either the grandfather or the father. It's talking about that lineage and that seed. So whatever the deal is, they had to doggone take them out. Now let me show you how we got to start thinking on another level. Immediately.